Dude, all these billionaire guys, they're all players, man. They got women on women. I just seen an article that was like the reason that Melinda left Bill was because that he was always cheating on her, always like with a bunch of different chicks. But then I also seen that you never see it in the news because he pays so much money to all the news outlets, like literally donating 10 million, $20 million a year. So like they're not gonna publish that stuff, right? Dude, RIP to Charlie Munger, man.
Dude,
RIP to a legend.
Dude, it was crazy because we actually just listened to the Spark Notes of, was it? Well, it was him and Wart's like best manager. What was his name?
Tom Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How he run Capital Cities and stuff. And then the next day he just passes. I was like, damn, dude.
You think Warren Buffett's sad?
He's for sure sad. And that'd be like if me and you were like, we stay in business for the next 30, 40, 60 years,
Well,
and one of us passes. Like, how would you feel?
They were business partners first and then friends second. We're the opposite. So
It doesn't matter. It's
I
like
don't know, man.
they've been doing business
I don't
together
know.
for such a long period of time. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna, like that's another, like a business partnership is a relationship. You know what I mean? It's like another marriage.
yeah, he definitely feels some type of way about it.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. But I started doing more research on Charlie and Warren, and then I went down like a little rabbit hole of Warren and his personal life. Dude, come to find out, he's been married twice. He was married to his first wife, which I believe her name was Susan. I want to say her name was Susan. Married all the way up until she passed, and then he remarried to another woman named, I want to say her name was like Astrid or something. And come to find out, back like there was a period of time where Susan, Warren Buffett's first wife, was going to pursue a career in singing, so she left Wisconsin or wherever they lived up in the Midwest to California, and while she was doing that, she agreed that to let this other girl, the one that Warren's married to now, live with Warren and take care of Warren and date him while she was gone. And they were in like, and she also lived there simultaneously while Susan also lived with them. So it was like this weird like throuple thing. And then as soon as she passed away, Charlie married her.
Weird.
But
That's
his first
so
wife
weird.
knew about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super strange.
I feel like I would never expect that. And then we were just talking right now with the guy who runs the podcast studio, Chris, and he's talking about how or no, you were saying Bill Gates.
Yeah. Dude, all these billionaire guys, they're all players, man. They got women on women. So I mean I just seen an article that was like the reason that Melinda left Bill was because that he was always cheating on her, always like with a bunch of different chicks. Like basically, moral of the story: you have enough money, you can have whatever image you want out in the world, because like you can stop people from saying certain things. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder like, what are all these billionaires hiding?
I know, dude. I want to know what percentage of these billionaires are like actually loyal, because I bet you it's so small.
You really think so?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like all that shit Fresh and Fit talks about. It's so true. You know what I mean?
What did they
Like you
talk
start
about?
making all this money, you get all this status, you start attracting all the women, and then you can just cheat, and then like your wife or whoever you're with doesn't care because of the status and like the life you're able to provide them.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
seems to ring a little true, at least.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I guess it depends on. Really, at the end of the day, I guess it depends on the person. But
Yeah.
would you do that?
I mean, no, I wouldn't. We all like to would think we wouldn't, but we don't know until we're in that situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
100% on the record, I wouldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. Me personally, I would feel way too bad. Now, if there was like set expectations where it was like, hey, like I'm doing this and I'm gonna let you know, because I can't lie. Like I'm not gonna go behind someone's back. You know what I mean? Like that. I feel like that's just fucked up. But if you're setting the expectation clear, like I don't know, right when you reach Billy status, you're like, hey, I'm a billionaire now. This is what's happening. Then maybe it's okay. But I don't know.
But you're like already married? That's a crazy switch
I
up.
would still feel bad.
That's a crazy
I'm not saying
switch
I
up.
would do that. I'm just saying like, how would it be okay? But for me personally, if I'm not setting that expectation clear from the beginning of the relationship, then I personally couldn't do it.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about business.
Let's talk about Contractor Nation.
Dude, okay. I have this whole rabbit hole I'm about to go that I discovered. This whole like industry I didn't know existed. Well, I knew it existed, but I started doing more research on it and I can't really find much about it on the internet and nobody really talks about it. So we have a sales manager, his name's Brock. And Brock had a business that was what was called an independent distributor. And he sold a vacuum. That's what he sold. It was like a $3,500 vacuum. It's an expensive thing. And he would set up demos and appointments and staff a sales team to go out, set appointments, show up to these people's homes, set up demonstrations of this vacuum, and then close them, their whole family, on $3,500 vacuums. Right? But the way it works is he buys those products, that brand of vacuum, from the parent company. And this parent company, there's two I looked into, and I'll tie this back to what else we're going to talk about here in a sec. But there's two of them. There's Librex is one of them, and the other one is Rainbow. They're competitors. Librex, I guess, started as a spin-off of Rainbow, and they both sell these like expensive vacuum cleaners. And they're like multi-function vacuum cleaners. Like they purify the air too. They're like super cool, apparently. Brock swears by them. I mean, he sells them, so I would hope he has a lot of conviction. I personally think they're a little scammy, but I think they're a little scammy. Who's paying $3,500 for a vacuum? Like you know you're good at sales when you can sell a vacuum for $3,500. But that's a side note.
Facts.
And Librex I don't have their updated revenue. I was talking to Brock, and apparently they do like in 2018 they did 123 million. Rainbow does even more, but the way they do so much revenue is they hold these massive conferences and they sell to independent distributors. So they convince people to come in. So if you're Joe Schmo on the street and I'm Librex or Rainbow, I'm like, hey, come check out this business opportunity. It's not a franchise. It's just you can exclusively sell our product in your area, or you can sell our product. And that's what they do. They sell to their distributors. They don't sell directly to the consumers. So the way they make money is they sell a bunch of units to a distributor, and then you as a distributor sell the product, and then you keep all the profits. But you have to buy from them. And so that's how they've scaled to over, and they're growing every year. They did like 123 million in 2018, and Rainbow I think did more. But then in their distributorship, there's people, I was talking to them, there's people that are selling these vacuum cleaners, and this is all they sell, just vacuum cleaners, and they have little upsells and stuff, accessories that you can buy. And there's some that are doing $3 million a month, $4 million a month. I think the top distributor in the network of Librex does $32 million a year.
No way. Mm-hmm. Do you know what like the margin is on that? Like when they sell a vacuum, how much of it goes? Like how much are they paying for it from the distributor?
I don't know the economics like that. I want to say it's like they get
probably like $1,000.
Yeah,
huh?
it's like $1,000 because when I was talking to Brock, he was saying he makes around like 25-30% net on his business. So it's
after
healthy
paying
margins.
the salesperson, after paying for the product.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a solid business opportunity. I feel like it takes out like half the risk of the business. If it's like a product that already works, you don't got to worry about that. It's like literally just sell it.
Yeah, it's such a smart model though, because they don't have to worry about like generating all this consumer demand and spending a ton of money on advertising to get their products on shelves and stuff like that. It's like a super affiliate network.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, like this could probably be applied to a lot of different businesses. And there's a lot of companies that do it too. So like Cutco Knives is a big one. Kirby Vacuums. There's a couple more I was looking into, but those are the big ones I know. Like
So
everyone's heard of
these-
Cutco.
So, okay, a lot of these are like more like household products. Like that's something that they do in that industry. Like what's an industry that you feel like it could work in that you feel like it's probably not doing it yet?
It's a good question. I feel like you can do for a lot. I mean,
Their main like way of telling them to sell it is like door to door, right?
Yeah.
So it's got to be some kind of like demonstration product or something like that.
Cleaning product, I think.
Cleaning products
You've seen
work.
that video of the black dude selling
Yeah,
cleaning
dude,
product?
it's so funny. Yeah.
I think it could be applied to a lot, and I have to sit here and think about it. But there's a lot of industries that do it already too, like high-end cookware is a big one, like pots and pans. And then also, I learned this when I worked at JetBuild. JetBuild is a software company for audiovisual contractors. And I didn't know this until I worked there, but audiovisual contractors, like if you were to want to build out a home theater, you would call an AV guy and they would come in and they have their dealer pricing. So they go to, the Sonys, the Bose, the Bang & Olufsen, all the like audiovisual companies, and they get special dealer pricing, so they get discounts on all product. And then when they quote their proposals to build out like a home theater or an audiovisual system for like a church or whatever it might be, they factor in all that dealer pricing and they mark it up, so they know their margins on the product they sell too, on top of the service.
I wonder if it would work in a like purely service industry, because like with AV integration, it's a service, but like the actual stuff that you're installing costs a lot of money. So you're making margin on like the product and the service. But like let's just play this out. Like say we wanted to do this in like cleaning, house cleaning.
I have an idea.
And like you basically told people like, hey, you can go out there and you can sell our house cleaning door to door, and then we just come and like do the service. Like, do you think the margins are there for that?
For door-to-door house cleaning?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it would work. I had a different angle, though.
Well, yeah, what were we thinking?
You just get the cleaners to, like, upsell product.
Oh, the actual product.
Yeah. So it's like maybe you have, like, a choreographed sales process where if you want to sell product and service, you're already going to sell this. People already want their house cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come in with, like, your branded cleaner, and then you have this choreographed experience where the cleaner's like, oh, look, here's the before and after of when I use this specific product. You can't get it anywhere else other than XYZ house cleaning. I actually have some in the car. It's only like $40 or whatever, you know, sell them right there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could be a play. I don't know how worth it would be, but that could be a play.
Yeah. Dude, that reminds me of Prestige Labs, Alex Ramosi.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even need for them to have the product in the car. They just have like...
Just drop ship it to them.
Drop ship it to them. Yeah.
For context, what does Prestige Labs do?
Oh, yeah. Prestige Labs was Alex Ramosi's spin-off company from like their gym coaching business. And so what they would do is like, say they're helping you. Say you're a gym owner. They will give you all their products, but like empty. So it'll be like a protein thing, like protein shake thing, but no product in it. And then someone's like, I want that one. They upsell them when they're like selling them services like coaching or whatever in their gyms. And then they just drop ship it straight from the supplier straight to the customer's house.
And they pay for it right there, and then they drop ship it, and it saves on a bunch of cost. Yeah.
So like that just flips a whole like, you know, negative cash. I don't want to even go into that. It's too complicated. But like you get the money first, then you send the product out, which is like the best way to do business.
Yeah.
So I think you could do that in house cleaning. That'd be pretty genius. I don't see anybody do. Actually, there's that one guy. There's that one guy in like Seattle, Washington. He was on that
Upflip.
He was on Upflip's podcast or like YouTube channel.
It's like an orange brand, isn't it, or something like that?
It's like yellowish, I think. Yeah. And I know they have their own like eco-friendly products or whatever that they sell with their cleaning business.
Yeah. It's like pink. It's like Pinks.
I wonder how much money they're doing. I have no idea.
Dude, I remember they went on Upflip and they were sub $1 million, and now they're past like I think $2 or $3 million a year. I want to say it's over. I think it was $2 million a year because they revisited them. So,
dude, people need to stop sleeping on the home services, or keep sleeping on it, because then we can make more money.
I think people should stop sleeping on like ways to like make money with their current business. You know what I mean? Like I wish we would have thought like this at the orange window cleaning days. We should have made so much more money.
At what point does it make sense though? What point doesn't it make sense? Because like if you're sub $1 million a year, you should just focus on one thing, right? But like if you're past $1 million a year, people buy your shit all the time. Well, then upsell them something else. Then it makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it just depends on your goals.
Yeah.
But I looked into another one too, in-home services, which is Contractor Nation. They do $650 million a year. They have 13 different businesses. 8 of them are different home service-based products, right? So it's really a product-based business marketed as like home service. And then they have 3 business support companies. And then they have 2 education companies.
You said $650 million.
Yeah. All 13.
I can't even imagine how they're doing that.
On the 13 companies, $650 million. Yeah, it's insane. And so they're 8 actual home service businesses. They have like crawl space encapsulation products, whatever the hell that means. They have another one called like Dr. Energy Saver. They've got Klaus Roofing Systems, which is like just roofing shingles. And they brand them really well. And you can go on and click on any single one of their sites, and it's all the same thing. You can't actually book through them if you want to buy their product. You have to book through a licensed contractor that's considered a dealer. So same thing like Librex and Rainbow are doing, just in home service. And so what they do is they have like their website, which is ranked. And if you want to buy their stuff, you have to find a contractor. And then they also sell contractors into the system to exclusively sell their products in their area. So if like you're an electrician in Las Vegas, let's say, and you want to sell Dr. Energy Saver stuff, you have to go buy into their dealer network, and then you're the exclusive dealer of that stuff in Las Vegas.
Dude, that play's so genius because, dude, you already know contractors get so freaking excited over their freaking like materials and their
got
tools.
a new tool.
Like, they geek out on that stuff. So like, you just pop up a booth at one of these contractor conferences or whatever, and then you just sell a bunch of contractors to be your dealers, and they sell all your shit. So
It's
genius.
so smart. And then I was looking at their testimonials too. Like they've got guys in their network doubling every year. Like they're crushing it from the top down. It's super cool. And then they have 3 business support services. So they have a financing partner, which I'm sure all of their dealers use across all 8 of their systems. They have a nationwide lead gen platform that generates all the leads. So they can, once you buy into their system, you get the leads. And then they have a marketing agency, like an actual agency where they'll work with you.
Dude, you told me a little bit about his story, but like, can you like elaborate on this one guy's story? The story Contractor Nation.
I don't know his full story because it's kind of all over the place, but I know he started a long time. He's been doing this for a long time. It's the only business he's done, but he's expanded it from selling like one thing. He's an engineer. He's got like 42 patents. I forget his name. And he creates these systems. And like, so for example, one of them, the Dr. Energy Saver one, he said it took him 11 years. He sunk $5.5 million into building that product or system or whatever, and was at it for 11 years before he made a single dollar of profit. And during this process, his business partner left because he didn't believe in it or whatever, and then sued him all while he was making no money. And he's like, I was literally sinking so much money into this with no end in sight, and it took him 11 years to turn $1 profit on that one company.
Dude, 99% of people would quit this situation.
Yeah.
But the 1% that don't have a $650 million business.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane, man.
Do you know what that reminds me of, actually? Like
what?
those just stories of in the trenches. Do you remember listening to I think it was Chobani story? It was one of the yogurt companies.
It's a yogurt company, and like
I don't know
at
if
a
it was
farm and all
Chobani.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it was Chobani.
It took him like 20 years or something ridiculous. Where he's borrowing so much money from, like, he literally tapped his whole family's savings and just kept pouring money into like buying dairy farms and trying to sell this yogurt.
Yeah, no, I remember listening to that on How I Built This, and like just thinking to myself, like, dude, I would not have done that. Like, I would have gave up like a long time ago.
Yeah,
it
dude.
doesn't even feel worth it. Even how much? I mean, at this point now, it's worth it, but man, that was a grind.
I don't even think quitting would be a wrong decision in that case. And most people would see the writing on the wall and go do something else. You know, it's like, at what point is an opportunity not worth it?
Was it because he was like kind of early on like the Greek yogurt wave?
He was like first,
I think that was it.
He was like
It
first to
wasn't
market.
like adopted by the market yet. That's a tough place to be in. I feel like even with like remote house cleaning, we're there a little bit because like, you know, we're competing with all these different business opportunities. Everybody knows drop shipping. Everybody knows, you know, marketing agencies. But like when you tell someone remote cleaning, like they don't know what that is. We're kind of pioneering that in a way, you know? So it's a tough place to be in. I mean, lucky for us though, like it's close enough to cleaning to where people can like understand it, even though they don't know it's a thing.
Yeah. And it's a business opportunity. Everyone always wants to make money. So
Yeah.
just got to generate more hype.
Yeah, but Contractor Nation is crazy. Respect to that guy, 650 million a year.
Super
Yeah.
impressive.
I'm trying to be like you, my boy.
For real, dude. Long time horizons.
Yeah. What was the second thing you had on the list?
That was it. It was just that whole.
Oh, the Librix. Yeah.
It was like all the same stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I got some crazy stuff for you, man. What if I told you that, you know, if someone close to you dies, but you could still have calls with them, you could still text them, you could still communicate with them even though they died. That'd be crazy, right?
It's bullshit.
They're doing that with AI now. So,
Ain't no way.
of course they are. There's this, let me look at the name real quick just
It's like
because
Deadly Griefs or something. Something Griefs.
So it's called Grief Tech, and there's this company Hereafter AI. And what they do is they get the person, they record some videos, answer some questions, and they basically create the person in AI. So then when they die, you can still talk to them, text them, and basically deal with your grief. But it just feels wrong on so many different levels. And like, you know, there's all this talk right now about like regulations with AI, what's good, what's not. Just like, I know they're like talking about rights with like post-mortem rights. Like, should this even be like allowed or legal? And so it just got me thinking about like AI. And
wait, is this company making money?
I don't know if they're even making money, but I mean, I'm sure they are. I don't know though.
Would you pay for it?
I wouldn't pay for that shit.
That's weird, dude.
It's too weird for me.
That's weird as fuck.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna deal with the grief. I'm just gonna like, you know,
because like know that's not really the person.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
it can do something to you, man, psychologically.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because it's like, you know, it's not the person, but at the same time, if it's using all their characteristics and their mannerisms and stuff like that,
yeah,
it might actually feel like you're talking to them.
Right, and like it's a total Band-Aid solution, like that. You know, there's like the 7 stages of grief. Mm-hmm. That whole denial period, instead of being like 2 months long, it's gonna be like 4 years long, because you're just gonna be talking to that person all the time. So it's just weird to me. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But
mom dies. Hey mom, how you doing? How you doing? Text back. Yeah. Dude, that's weird.
That's where AI is going.
I'm not gonna lie though, it's a kind of genius. Whoever thought about that. It's kind of genius.
I mean, it is a need, right? And like, there's a lot of people that
you know how much money they've raised?
That. What's up?
Do you know how much money they've raised?
No. You ask me questions I don't know the answer to. Dude. No, I seen it and I'm like, that's weird.
I bet you they've raised
money. It's pretty. I think it's early stage though. So
it's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Yeah. Yeah, but then it got me thinking about like Sam Altman's situation. Like, how much do you know about that? Like,
I know the whole story.
You know the whole story?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, from what I know, basically he got kicked out of OpenAI from the whole nonprofit board, right? And like the reason.
No, it was like the board of advisors, wasn't it?
From the nonprofit though, you know, there's like the whole nonprofit organization. So basically they were saying, or like the lady that wanted him to like get kicked out was saying that he was prioritizing like profits and like growth over AI safety. And that was the whole point of having the nonprofit. So like technically that's true, like they were doing their job, but they just probably did it in the worst way possible. And then Microsoft got involved and now he's back in, but now he's at the top because some people got removed from the board and he got to pick who went into the board.
Well, he told them, well, they kicked him out.
Yeah.
And then Microsoft pulled a baller move and was like, hey, we'll fund all the research. Don't even worry about it. Make OpenAI number 2, but we'll own it and rebuild your team. And then the OpenAI team, 700 of like the 750 employees were like, yeah, if Sam Altman's really out, then we're out too.
Yeah.
And then everyone started shitting bricks. And he's like, okay, well, I'll come back. They're like, come back. He's like, I'll come back. But everybody that kicked me out, that voted me out, I want gone, and I want to pick my new board.
He had demands. Mm-hmm. And now he runs that shit. So.
Dude, the leadership. You know what it comes back to is leadership. That loyalty of 700 out of 750 employees are like, hey, I'm dipping to Microsoft if you're really kicking him out. That's insane. You don't really see that often. Because public companies will remove CEOs all the time. And you never see that.
And I think, honestly, I think part of it is like the fact that he publicly doesn't really make money from OpenAI. Mm-hmm. And I think his whole thing is about like, I want to make AI like the next big thing. And then like everything, all my attention, all my money goes into this. So like he was basically saying like, I die with this ship. And like that's a powerful message to like your people. Like if he's willing to do that, you know, I stand behind this guy. There's not a lot of CEOs that are like that. So
savage, dude. Yeah. I thought that story was pretty cool. I was all into it, dude. I was all for the tea. I was scrolling Twitter, dude, seeing what was going down, man.
Yeah. So are you team Sam Altman?
I mean, from what I know, I don't know why they kicked him out though. Like I still don't know actually why. I don't think there's a clear answer on that yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll ever know.
That's kind of a conspiracy there.
Yeah, there'll be a Netflix documentary for sure.
I'm watching
Maybe
it.
like 5 years.
Dude, we're suckers for like those business documentaries, man. Like,
Dude, so good.
yeah. Okay.
Dude, so
Well,
you had, what the hell is luxury baby goods, or what did you have on that?
yeah. So luxury baby goods. I was just like looking into this and like all these luxury brands, like for one, they're like starting to like decrease in sales a little bit with like the recession just hitting them just a little bit. So they're like, how can we juice this lifetime value? So they're releasing things, one like baby goods, like a teddy bear costing $15,000, and then two, releasing stuff that makes the kid look like the parent, because apparently this is the trend. Like you guys wear the same luxury outfit together and post that on Instagram. So like I was like looking into this, and then it got me thinking about, okay, what's luxury versus premium, right? Because they can sell a teddy bear for 15,000. What's special about the teddy bear? It says Dior on it, right? Like there's nothing crazy about it, but like it's the fact that you can say my baby has a $15,000 teddy bear. So
Dumb.
would you rather have a luxury brand or a premium brand?
Well, I mean, dude, what's his name? Bernard Arnault, the guy who runs the holding company of like all the luxury brands, Louis Vuitton.
It's one of the richest in the world.
He
Yeah.
literally is fluctuating between like 1, 2, and 3. He was at one point this year the number 1 richest person.
Yeah.
And no, I think no matter, I think I read something where even in downturns and recessions and depressions,
They
you
don't
don't
get hit
really,
that hard.
they don't really
Yeah.
get hit that hard. They have like so much pricing power. I don't see why you wouldn't want to own luxury versus like something not.
Okay, so my question is, can you turn a home service business into a luxury brand?
I don't know that you can turn it into necessarily a luxury brand where you can charge whatever the hell you want, because it's so commoditized, and I don't know how you would stick out. But you could definitely have like extreme pricing power in the market for sure by having a good reputation, good branding, good customer service, good people who are selling for you with good choreographed sales experiences. Yeah, that's entirely possible. I mean, you see it with like Tommy Mello is a good example, where I saw a little reel of his. I've been seeing his stuff more and more. He's like popping off.
Yeah.
And he talked about how he was like giving a bunch of talk to a bunch of garage door contractors, because Tommy Mello built A1 Garage Door, sold to private equity for hundreds of millions of dollars. It's like the biggest garage door.
He
corporate.
sold already?
He sold to private equity, yeah.
When did this happen?
I want to say the beginning of this year.
No way.
Yeah, I read it. He doesn't talk about it though. I read it in a press release. I was like,
Dude, I'm so baffled right now.
yeah. He sold, but he sold for a bag.
Bro. Okay.
He's in like 9 or 11 states.
That makes sense, because I've seen him recently like getting more into like running like conferences and like doing. I saw him popping up more too. That makes sense. He's running his business less because he sold.
Yeah.
All right.
And he was giving a talk to a bunch of garage door contractors, and he's like, dude, why the hell, like, if you can buy a garage door opener for $2,000, why would you not sell it for 20? Why would you not sell it for 20? Who would feel, he asked the audience, like, who here would feel bad if you sold it for 20? And like half of them raised their hands. He's like, oh, having more profits bad, paying your employees a reasonable salary is bad, growing your business is bad. Why would you all raise your hand? He's like pressing them for it. And I think he's right. Like, you should charge what someone's willing to pay. And most people in home services that own home service based businesses don't understand what their customers are willing to pay, and they feel bad because like, oh, I'm reading their pockets. Like, don't ever read their pockets.
You know what it is? They think about, what am I willing to pay? What am I willing to pay for house cleaning? Only $100, so I'm gonna charge $100. When there's someone charging that same person $400.
The amount of people that I talked to, especially when I was still doing sales for Home Service Academy, they would say, oh, well, I would only pay $100 for house cleaning, so how the hell are you getting $300 to clean? It's like, my brother in Christ, you might be willing to pay $100, but Susie next door might be willing to pay $300. You don't know.
Yeah. Seriously.
So, I mean, I don't know if you can really build a luxury home service brand per se, but
I feel like the only time that I've seen it kind of work was like in the house management space, where like you're like a house manager, but you do literally everything like around home services and like keeping all their properties maintained and stuff like that. because you could charge a couple $100,000 a year per client, and then all you're doing is like, hey, pool guy, you coming over? Cool. Like, hey, this you manage security guard, like whatever it is, and like that's like the only time I've seen it kind of work with home services.
Yeah, I think home service is a great opportunity, though. I mean, look at franchises. If you see a franchise in your industry, you know you're and you're worried about like, oh, like I can't charge a lot. If you have a franchise coming in, you can, because the franchises are taking royalties. And the only way you're going to take royalties and have somebody be profitable if you're taking a percentage of their sales is if you're charging high prices.
True. 100%. And there's a franchise for freaking every home service. I know the other day we saw one for packouts, and you were surprised about that. You're like, how can someone franchise that?
Dude, there's franchise for everything. We did a whole podcast on this last week, dude.
I know.
We did a whole podcast on this. But going back to what you said, you're like, luxury baby good. They have like a luxury outfit for the person and a luxury outfit for the kid. Sell them in twos. There's also another company I saw. I forget the name, but I think they're crushing it. And all they sell, it's a apparel company, e-commerce, and they sell matching outfits to your dog. So it's like Hawaiian t-shirts. And
Dude.
And they sell like you buy the package, right, and you get your own Hawaiian t-shirt.
Yeah, same shirt.
But you also get the same shirt for
Bro,
your dog.
I would totally get that for me and Harlow.
Yeah, I could totally see you doing that. I might get that for you for Christmas.
Oh shoot,
dude, that could be a good gift. But
not a Hawaiian shirt though. I don't do
dude,
Hawaiian
luxury
shirts.
dog goods, man. That could be. I bet you somebody could run it up with that.
100%, dude. People were paying luxury prices for Frenchies.
Oh
They're
yeah,
not
dude,
that
Frenchies
cute.
are like 10K.
They're not that
20K.
cute,
Yeah,
bro.
they're not that cute.
They're not $20,000 cute.
I see them all
Come
over
on.
where I live because I live on the strip in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's like this bougie apartment, and a bunch of people have Frenchies. I'm like, why do you buy these dogs? They're so fucking ugly.
I've seen people put gold chains on their Frenchies.
Yeah. Dude, we met a guy that's related to the dude we sold our window cleaning business to, who had a Frenchie like breeding business, and he's like 5K, 10K for a Frenchie.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, like ridiculous.
So yeah, people would definitely buy luxury goods for their dogs.
That's my business idea of the week right there. Luxury
Alright.
dog goods, matching luxury dog goods.
I'm behind it. Wait, so okay, is it a luxury brand that has a dog line, or is it like just a luxury dog brand?
No, it's a luxury line of clothing, but each pair of clothing matches to your dog, and then you can
Okay.
get any size, small, medium, large for the dog, and then whatever.
Hear me out though. You partner with luxury brands because you're the person that makes it the dog sizes, and you slap their logo on it,
That's
and
even
you do a
better.
licensing play.
That's even better.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
that's
Dude,
my
that's-
business idea of the week.
No, you just stole mine, bro.
No,
That was
but I
mine.
got the licensing play. You got.
You gotta come up with something new, bro. You can't steal my shit.
No, that's good though. It's good. All right then.
It's a good place to end it.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I think that was good. That was solid. I think it was the best one yet.
Peace.